Lama Jena, Lama Jena, Lama Jena, Lama Jena, Dusum Sanje, Long Do Dam Che Jen, Jonan Paso, Gandun Jen, Abda, Zave, Lama Chen, Cheno, Sanla, Tokje, Mudrum Nam Nye Jen, Jonan, Chele, Chendo, Gonzon, Zave, Lama Den Cheno, Lama Oba Mengo Cheno, Chudur Chugalo, Ne Zeche, Da Solang En Ko Chana De Chen Tab, Shen Du Zhong Du. Lama Jinre Zewon Cheno Solong Kolo Ne Zeche Zhou Dong A Zene Xie Xiang Kang Zong Korwa To Ne Zhong Zu Lama Pe Man Jiong Ne Cheno Ngo Yo Pe Ma O Ne Zeche Nian De Jia Me Pong Bang Nyam Ta Tu Jie Nyerwa Nye De Jiong Zu Lama Ye Xian Co Jiong Qin Nong Kar Jiu De Jian Zhou Ne Zeche De Da So Si Ben So La Ta Be Zhong Jian Bo Zhong Zhong Ga Te Re Ju Be Lama Qin No Song Jiu Ye Lo Ne Zeche Da Jian Che Be Man Kan Do Na Do Be Nian Ma Xia Wan Zu Ji Gun Qin Zhi Me Zi Ren Qin No Lun Zhe Wu Nga Lo Ne Zeche Ga Da Gong Be Zar Jin Zhou Nan Tang Jin Ta Zhe San Ban Zu Ji Nian Me Jiu Wu Yao Zin Qin No Gar Din Lo Jie Wu Ne Zeche Do Nian Nian Jie Nian Bo Jin Jia Song Sen Jiu Wan Zu Ji Zhen Qiu Man Me Do Sum Qin No De Qin Du Jie Ye Ne Zeche De Dong Sao Qin Qiong E Zhi Bian Qiu Gu Nian Wen Se Ban Zu Ji Jie Dian Wan Su Ge Mo Pu Qin No Ko Qiu Zhong De Ye Ne Zeche Jiu Gong De Me Jie Ma Do Nan Han Sen Ge Sum Jia Wan Zu Ji Ga Ju Ji Bie Jiu Jin Qin No Zhou No Do Be Xie Ne Zeche Ne Ga Bie Yan Chi Ba San Nan Nyam Tong Ta Zhe Se Ban Zu Ji Jip Zheng Ko Ma Nong O Qin No Kun De Ye Me Lo Ne Zeche Nam Da Da Gong Ju Sum Zhe Ve San Ve Lam Qiu Zhi Ban Zu Ji Nian Me Xiang Ba Ge Ju Qin No Nong Do Song Ye Ne Zeche Da Zhi Nian Ne Ci Jin Jiong Na Ma Lo Song Jiao Nie Ban Zu Ji 这片堂东家不见诺做面头罗那这些。没读不得有准那龙山让王的王祖的，怕见当把上见见诺来热住也那这些。白上了年那就那等着说明。Java Zuji Mache Labje Durman Chino Shiro Pursano Nazaje Danzanye Zene Chuja Dame Chujar Den Tong Zuji君亲托钵上见天那那观处也能这些，怕我那我们干那破这多的个同自己。接着打了那头前那说破年那这些，我接上了给米住南家路口就这不让自己。家园亲自不亲能亲年些那这些，没西老爷们把上南亲人们瓦接不自己。三十别多见钱能就走。龙那这些，太long生节这么大那就那本个上穷自己，北满东好灵不见诺的东就没龙那这些。当家是公办他的个样子，可能自己。阿万用的将从前诺言也送着罗那这些。那个天真世界现在。刚上浪的前能自己，假设罗中头见到上多年，我那这些，照空成金，怕马心难引本人这能自己。别嘛看见从前诺的前也能这些，当俺一些俺这着那帮头人在些帮助的。今年用中来不见到随便娘年也那这些，马个那马就拉进那都知道娘见帮助的。真情在为了梦见那节奏的见那这些，让人去过，让人家呢在街上的这不让住进。 Yamadandra Simjin Lengi Dekto Jin Tome Tune Kurva Yuren Taro Dunga Tami Nyonjo Yang Joshi Keje Samyang Maji Lama Chino Toji Nyarda Zangin Tene Jivara Sinje Tamjo Topja Mete Tozaka Dume Tende Save Jin Tarba Rubla Leluja Norva Lene Lodo Loger Lama Chino Tuji Nyarda Zamala Tunde Drupara Sinje Mashe Saden Lupo Chijame Tata Chiji Nintu Para Raya Nyurva Nidun Cheguja Yura Dura Sipe Nyingre Lama Chino Tuji Nyarda Zalome Lona Tongwara Sinje Nyendu Dupen Zopshi Sosodra Sene Sabe Norde Yinje Jibe Lujan Shordo Borneso Namshi Pardo Tormianko Lama Jino Tuji Nyarda Jija Gumi Topara Sinje Jibe Mba Nakpunduna Leje Loma Drobu Jamne Mado Shinji Ponye Dejen Zoka Ngindu Donga Nyonga Lama Chinu Tuji Nyarda Zangin So Yang Le Tawara Sinje Ranchung Rivo Zomyang Konda Bayin Chung Tenri Zamyang Droje Yonten Chungze Meja Zambolo Jibe Menda Chimin Kon Lama Chino Tuji Nyarda Zarando Ngaja Shivara Sinje Tembo Danzen Gombo Kondo Ja Samse Tomje Nyemon Pe Tse Tamje Megen Revejen Tarpe Lamdu Sotamase Lama Chino Tuji Nyarda Zanganze Tene Chubara Sinje Dume Tsamla Gata Megaye Tsinge Tsamla Zube Kocha Nyanta Tungyang Nyingye Semeje Jinya Songdu Semne Andubet Lama Jino Tuji Nyarda Semjo Chutan Drepara Sinje Korwa Nyebo Mela Nyebo Togu Serda Tindong Lang Kogu Tsaya Gugu Sess1 Medin Jame Chuje Ransen Lama Chino Toje Nyerda Zenda Loye Tongwara Sen Listen Donga Chamang Mezot Nendo Dola Metzen Hinde Jumre Lumiang Sum Tong Yin Da Gewa Meru Dibe Yola Lama Chino Toje Nyerda Lela Yeche Chewara Sinjel Dala Dansen Nila Chasenjel Nanda Nela Tomoman Cheyen Chutse Semo Niwa Yor Chumen Chutse Angbo Sarje Lama Jinu Tuji Nyerda Nyamado Chombara Sinje Sene Tena Yanda Chubezo Nanda Ransem Chudama Rdo Yendo Nyamon Kona Bajinda Tizi Chube Chan Lama Jino Nyerda Zarando Ranga Tova Sinja Ranchung Barange Mato Pachube Zuzon Chume Nazo Nyama Mege Lela Shoje Gelo Yang Chi Yang Lama Chino Toje Nyerda Zarancho Ranga Dova Senje Share Sung Yin Chela Papa Nere Rung Yin Ranjo Sess1 Lama Tenjem Guramje Chela Tsedong Tanang Chechong Lama Chino Toje Nyerda Zamago Ranjo Tawara Sinje Jamdo Semji Sonde Senai Megu Ninje Tene Maje Sezo Wanjo Chubju Gebjo Na Selo Tamle Juto Mak Ama Chino Tugje Nyerda Jibze Chusun Dora Sinje Dade Duli Donga Tomje Yinpin San Sanje Drupsong Simcho Jijin Randu Puksu Yinpin Daje Yinu Sholat Lama Chino Toje Nyerda Dajin Jiwa Nubara Sinjel Sanje Nguna Lama Marazon Damza Tumbe Kadrin Ange Randu Mazon Zena Yeche Zepju Namla Teton Lokde Lama Chino Tugje Nyerda Megu Dremin Pawara Sinjel Rasim Sanjay Ngoma Shinam To Chugu Injan Toma Mapju Nyuma Injan Joma Rawa Nelo Injan Ima Lama Chino Toji Nyurdas Rane Ransa Chova Sinje Yongin Chewa Nene Chemanta Pingi Tamchu Tsurjin Drama Dingi Lende Lander Tsurjin Gungi Chinshi Mapten Yewe Lama Chino Toje Nyurdaza Ime Chimbe Simbara Sinje Ngele Ngibe Nime Tunda Ngarze Tamje Donga Jura Chongi Namji Deme Cheme Tume Lema Gebja Ma Chino Tuji Chula Ninu Bar Tangbo Samju Chula Me Balan Hama Chumde Korwa Ngisong Tarpe Loto Mege Seje Jang Tindon Nibe Mago Danda Lama Chino Toje Nyurdaza Tamche Tara Sambara Sinjel Joshi Tene Chewa Sinjel Lome Lona Towara Sinjel Java Nyene Chimbara Sinjelo Lela Ichi Jivara Sinje Lala Pachi Mipara Sinje Jabla Tundu Nupara Sinje Jingi Lamdo Lombara Sinjelo Nimbo Ranzo Tobara Sinjel Jume Megu Jewara Sinjel Nelo Rajan Jawara Sinjel Rane Nyewu Separa Sinjel Chana Yeza Jubara Sinjel Seji Soji Drapara Sinjela Sorva Disu Lama Rambo Dove Budu Chenchin Chijet Karme Dala Resa Chilim Oye Yemen Drapara Sinjela Sorva Disu Lama Rambo Dove Budu Chenchin Chijet Karme Dala Resa Chilim Oye Yemen Drapara Sinjela
Precious Guru, I supplicate you, kind my Lord, I crowd out with longing. Unfortunate I am, I want hope is you. Bless me that we mingle our mind invisibly. The prayer book.
Tarpadam tham jen chimba bardu chubar se badam je je zor se manam kadan nyambe sim chin tham che deva dan den dong ha dan rar nyurdu lana me ba yanda ba zo be san rinpo che tobar so.
All mother sentient beings, limitless of space, especially those enemies who hate me, abstractors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless of space, especially those enemies who hate me, abstractors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
Sancho Nyemban Chije Pai Sanje Namla Chopsanje Chudan Sancho Simbaye Tholan Dibjen Chopsamche Chetarang Hunje Drishije Sancho Tuna Chibadang Sancho Simba Labala Teta Rimjen Bada Dibjen Dola Pendonda Sancho Simne Chibjejen Tebjen tuna loba la, rumba yenda loba ji.
I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to Bodhichitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to Bodhichitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to Bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to Bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path.
Sanje Chodam Thojin Chonam La Sanjo Bardu Dan Japsanje Daga Jin Sojin Besunam Je Dola Penso Sanjin Drubarsho.
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Mai nam kha dan nyam be sim chen tham che deva dan deva jo dan bar chur che dong ha dan dong ha je jo dan do va chur me be deva dan man do va chur je nye ren cha dan ni dan do dan ho la ne bar chur je.
May all mother sentient beings, limitless of space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering in the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless of space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering in the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. The 12 deeds, in praise of the 12 deeds. Homage to the Buddha Shakyamuni. You I shall praise. who first awakened the mind of enlightenment, then completed the accumulations of merit and wisdom, and now in this age, through the vast sway of your actions, have become the Lord and Protector of living beings. Homage to you, who having taught the gods knew the time had come to tame the human world, and descending from the god realm like a great elephant, foresaw the family of your birth and entered the womb of Maya Devi. Homage to you, Prince of the Shakyas, born after 10 months in the auspicious Lumbini Grove, where Brahma and Indra revered you, your supreme marks proving you were destined to be enlightened. Homage to you, Lion among men, in all your youthful vigor, displaying your prowess in the games at Anga Magadha, where you triumphed over the proud contestants, so that not one could stand your rival. Homage to you, who to comply with the worldly convention and avoid all misdeed, took on a queen and courtiers, and by acting with such skill means, so you ruled the kingdom. Homage to you, who saw that samsara only fertile, renounced the life of a householder, and traveling through the sky, ordained yourself before the Vishuddha Stupa. Homage to you, who intend on persevering in enlightened, for 6 years practice austerities on the banks of Narayana, and taking diligence to its ultimate perfection, attained the supreme samadhi. Homage to you, who seeking to make meaningful all your efforts made throughout beginningless time, sat unmoving in the Vajra posture beneath the Bodhi tree in Magadha, and awakened into true Buddhahood, attaining perfect enlightenment. Homage to you, who in your compassion gazed at once upon living beings, then turned the wheel of Dharma in sacred places like Varanasi, and established disciples in the 3 vehicles. Homage to you, who destroyed evil-minded opponents, by defeating the 6 teachers of the Titikas, Devadatta and the rest, as well as the Maras in Varanasi. You were the mighty sage, victorious in battle. Homage to you, who performed great miracles in Shravasti, unmatched in their splendor in all the 3 realms, and through the offerings made by gods, humans, and other beings, caused the teachings to prosper and increase. Homage to you, who to spur the lazy on the Dharma, left your body, though immortal and like a Vajra, and passed into Paranirvana in the pure abode of Kushinagara. Homage to you, who to show that you had not in reality perished, and so that beings of the future could gain merit, emanated a wealth of relics and caused your remains to be divided into 8 portions. Through the merit of briefly praising in this way the great acts of the Lord, who is the master of all of the teachings, may the actions of all living beings come to equal to those of the Sugata himself. Now the sadhana.
Anjo senge ke chinya pa sunam dardan jambar zambodan sanje nyeba mabjo dorje ya gonjo la wan so dorje dan je won so nga ge wam so do zhe ge zhe ju dan ba nam ja tang karma chame be ma kunga dan te le wan jong xie ra zhe bi xia dan zhen dong zhe dan zhen che le ye karma nge dong dan ba ro ji xia dan qian za je la ma tom ji lo su de so san ji lo de so.
Page 2. Lord Avalokiteshvara Geloma Palmo Yeshi Sangpo Dawa Shunu Penyapa Jesem Tagyal Nikpupa Potendroje Gyal Shangton Drajik Kempo Tsidruwa Dewa Chenpa Scholar Chusanwa Shera Bumpa Gyal Serimpuche Konchok Sampo Lama Ngawawa Changchup Senge Kenchen Nyak Pupa Sonam Dar Jampal Sangpo, Sangyenyepa, Mikyo Dorje, Konchok Yelang, Wangchuk Dorje, Choki Wangchuk, Ngagi Wangchuk, Tulku Dugyu, Tenpa Namgyal, Karma Chagme, Pema Kunga, Trili Wangchuk, Sherab Trakpa, Tenzing Dudu, Master Tenzing Tinle, Karma Ngedun, Tenpa Rabge, and all the root and lineage gurus of great kindness, I supplicate you, please grant me your blessings. Page 5. May the entire surface of the earth become a pure land free from stones and gravel, even like level palms, and in the nature smooth like lapis lazuli. Protector of all sentient beings without exception, Deity who destroy the endless host of Mara, perfect knower of all things without exception, victorious one and retinue, please come to this place. As I offer you these pleasant and wide lotus flowers, as big as the billions of worlds, with 100 petals and their pollen beds, please be seated and be comfortable. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, requesting, and beseeching, I dedicate for the complete enlightenment of all beings. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater and lesser vehicles and the teachings common to both, according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Yindu kona lorun ze pana ta janshi ta namkha tang nyambe simchin tamche la mapjor jindo pindo pe thugje chimbo khor na namshin, tikpa chenpo, lana mepa, dundun bana, langpo chenpo, randun tarsin bana, sawa sechen, yindun solin bana, sipa sepa, lenyung je, drapa pangwana, korpo wa, NyungNe landepa, gongpangyi bana, rangatun jiso topa, korwa nele matarwa sepa, tangin dan yumung bale, tamche sepa, na, sipa kundo jorwa yongsa sepa, thong tapardo gewe tam chutun bana, yang takpe kwa, sipa chingwa tamche je bana, lukpa namba jorwe, thok, namba tamchen chimba, ishi, nawana, lukpa namba jorwe, shirabji, Deda ka shipa na kange jiso lopa tebyin nga shipa yung ting ting deye jiso jeta lopa kunlong sanchuk sem tenpa yijen randun yawar towa na semchin tamche je dongje serta nekap nunto la gupa na pimbar sawe serta tartok ni parlang gupa na jowar sawe serta senne lemre jamba na moge mi par sawe serta Shedang jumde jambana, ne me parsawe, serta, lamsan chokje soje, chunang yongso zo parsawe, serta, revo lana me payang tapa zopo san chokpo parsawe, serta, cheketo, orjin sanji nyingpe shanne, gewan tada, yanda sowata, dikpa malu nampar jongwate, gepsu sertang, dikpa namjo set, debjin shikpa sojong kasa toshi, songba tar, Sojong 동바 제타 랑신 송와 데이터 다게장 심친 탐제제 동당 펜바다 조왈 라 소파 구파 데다게 셀 두타타네 종데 집시 상년마 마샤제바 바드 인라 제페 동바 랑네 만년바 철진도 송와 제원냠 데예제든조
Now listen with the motivation of Bodhichitta set upon supreme awakening and think, having taken the healing and purifying sojong vows of the great vehicle, I will keep them so that all sentient beings, limitless as space, may attain the state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. The observation of the 8 temporary vows of the lesser vehicle referred to as the 8 branches one day NyungNe vows. It observed by the householder. When these vows are observed while imbued with the intent of bodhicitta in accordance with the Mahayana, they become the discipline of refraining from misdeeds. In this practice, one combines the observance of the temporary vows with the generation stage practice of the deity yoga of noble Avalokiteshvara, and for this reason it becomes a yogic practice of the action Tantra, Kriya Tantra class of the secret mantra, and a branch of the secret mantra vows. Thus, when one commits to apply one's own mind stream in the manner of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the past, and one does not transgress their ways, it calls the discipline of vows restraints, or a vow. The following is a brief commentary on the meaningful parts of the text one by one, beginning with just as the previous Tathagatas, Arhats, the perfectly complete Buddhas. Since the perfectly complete Buddhas are those who have proceeded in accordance with the natural state just as it is, they are Tathagatas, thus gone once. Because they have separated from the enemy, the 4 Maras, they are Arahat, 4 destroyers. And since they have completely perfected the qualities of renunciation and realization, having awakened from the deep sleep of ignorance and having come to understand all noble phenomena, they are perfectly complete Buddhas. For example, when the heavenly steed of a wheel-turning king enters into battles with the enemy, it does not so intermittently and without travail. It is willing to forsake its own life in order to protect the king. Likewise, because they show the unmistaken path to liberation and omniscience to all sentient beings, and because they are solely devoted to the purpose of others, the Tathagatas are like a heavenly steed. Furthermore, because it is with great compassion that they carry the burden of benefiting all sentient beings as limitless as space without being asked, and since they are also demonstrate the unsurpassed meaning of the Mahayana, they are like a great elephant. Furthermore, having brought their task to completion, they did what needed to be done. Having actively sought the benefit of others, they have completed their tasks. Abandoning the obscuration of karma and affliction, they have laid down all the burdens. Having achieved nirvana, the state beyond sorrow, and they reach their own goal, due to eliminating all distorted views which prevent escape from the samsaric state, all the afflictive emotions, they have completely destroyed their bonds to existence. By demonstrating the Dharma that is virtuous in the beginning, middle, and end, their speech is utterly perfect. Having severed all ties with samsaric existence, their minds are perfectly free. And because they possess the wisdom that knows everything, their wisdom is completely liberated. This describes the qualities that arise in whoever follows the examples of the Tathagatas. Thereafter, since the Tathagatas have forsaken concern for themselves, in order to show others how to train in motivation of bodhicitta, it says that they act for the sake of all sentient beings. Because they temporarily establish beings in a higher birth, they benefit them. Because they ultimately establish beings in definite goodness, they liberate them. Because they have purified karmic result of stinginess, it says they eliminate famine. And because they have purified the karmic result of hatred, it says that they act to heal beings from illness. Furthermore, the complete perfection of Dharma directed towards awakening accomplished by them is a path, and the definitely realized unsurpassed perfectly complete awakening accomplished by them is a result. Regarding this practice, the second Buddha, Padmasambhava Hodhiyana, said, "It fully restores So all virtue and purifies Jong all negativity without exception." Since it restores virtues and completely purified negativity, the Tathagata has called this the practice of sojong. Thus, it is said that one should think, "I shall take up and keep the sojong vows properly, and for the sake of all sentient beings, I shall benefit them and thereby liberate them," and so on. With this intention, I shall take up the 8 branch vows and keep them properly and without corruption from this very moment until sunrise tomorrow. Keeping this in mind, one repeats accordingly. Page 7.
소변나 욕배 산제당
조주나 수pe 상예당
산촉선바 탐제당
작성sempa tamche당
좀된데 냠미 샥제절보당
좀데데 냐메 샥야 달포당
박바진에서 왕속달라 공소솔
박파 chenrezi wangshu dala gonsusol
제단 현재 대빈식바
jitangongi neshikchipa
라좀바 양탁바 조프 산제
dachongpayang dapa zope sangye
다장시다워
tacha shitabu
랑보 첸보
langpo chenpo
사와세신
jawacheshin
세파세파
chepa chepa
콜포와
popowa
다게 동지서 도파
dagi donze sutopa
시파 군도 jorwa 용서세파
sipa kundo joa yonso sepa
양탁버까
yang dakpepa ka
력반 넘버 조베 톡
lepa nampa towe tuk
력반 넘버 조베 시랍지 남지
lepa nampa towe shera chen denanki
샘친 탐체제 동제 설당
semchen tamche ki dongi chidang
핀바르사베 설당
penpa chawe chidang
조와르사베 설당
rowa chawe chidang
네미바르사베 설당
nema pa chawe chidang
무게미바르사베 설당
muge me pa chawe chidang
산촉제 소제
chanchoki choki
춘나 용서 조바르사베 설당
chonam yoso zopa chawe chidang
라나메바 양탁바 조프 산촉
la ne pa yang tapa zope changchuk
옥바르사베 셀
yopa chawe shir
섭종인 발랑바 대진더
sojong ngồi pa de shintu.
Da BuNima shi jiwe jang.
Shi jiga.
Dunda ne zongde.
Dudene sunte.
Jipsi SangNima ma sharje pardo.
Jisi SangNima ma shik pardu.
Sojong pa yang da parlang war je.
Sojong ge pa yang pada pa lang jo ji yo. Page 7. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, blessed Lord, peerless King of the Shakyas and noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, please heed me. Just as the previous Tathagata, Arahats, and perfectly complete Buddhas, who like the heavenly steed and the great elephant, did what had to be done, completed the tasks, laid down all the burdens, and reached their own goal, and completely destroyed the bonds to existence, whose speech is utterly perfect, whose mind are perfectly free, and whose wisdom is completely liberated. For the sake of all sentient beings, in order to benefit them, liberate them, heal them from illness, and to eliminate famine, in order to fully perfect all Dharma directed toward awakening, and to realize unsurpassed, perfectly complete awakening, most definitely took up the practice of sojong. In the same way, I who am called from now on until sunrise tomorrow, shall most definitely and perfectly take up the sojong vows. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, blessed Lord, peerless King of the Shakyas and noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, please heed me. Just as the previous Tathagatas, Arahats, and perfectly complete Buddhas, who like the heavenly steed and the great elephant, did what had to be done, completed the tasks, laid down all the burdens, reached their own goal, and completely destroyed the bonds to existence, whose speech is utterly perfect, whose mind is perfectly free, and whose wisdom is completely liberated, who, for the sake of all sentient beings, in order to benefit them, liberate them, heal them from illness, and to eliminate famine, in order to fully perfect all Dharma directed toward awakening, and to realize unsurpassed, perfectly complete awakening, most definitely took up the practice of sojong. In the same way, I who am called from now on until sunrise tomorrow, shall most definitely and perfectly take up the sojong vows.
Dayang dun chimi la jebe don ba shi sawa la chum je yin la ye. Ba yu je yin la je yu je yin la som nan yu pa le dang bo ran yu je ni ju. Nam don ba na si pa chum je yin la ye ne don ba tam che je sawa yin ba na. Sawa ye shi da de de me yan zho wa da je. Ta na sok cha so do ba shik so yin che je so mu ju ba dang je. Yin je da do zong we ju ze chen bo da ni je me. Ta na kap ko ba se kam chi kyang ma zin ba me lin ba da ni. Pu mo ni de den chik pe de wa dong de ni wa da je me. Chak sim je pin sung da wa zang me zi ba me zang ba. Ju ba bang ba da som. Rang la salam je yung ting mi jang yung ting yu ba zun ba me chu la me zun chen bo. Da jen ta na go re dang ze mi se re. Se yang yin lo war si be zun man ha ba dang ye yin. Ba yu je yin la je nen chang pong ba yin de. De ma bang na rang ju ba mi dun jo xin chang gen yin ne lang der je ne tam che mi shi shen. Ani je dong ba lang ma yang ji ne me ge wa. Ju ba dong ba gang yang song me nu ba na zho ne. So zhe yin chang dang. Zhang dang me do. So yin pap dang jia wei ju ben chang dang. Yin yang xing do dang za wa la. So yu bar si be za dong tam che. Bang gu ba de yin. Dur yok jen. Yin la som ne. Rani dom ding yin ba zhen ba so we. Che do. Chem na ne. Je dar ju ba jie ba de da. Don ne. Jar sen ze ju zang bo ji so shu ba. Dur yok de. Chor gek dang zi chu je sam ba. Ga war dang zin din zhe. So zhe xin bo lu la go wa dang. Me do dang ren bo che la so ban chen wa lu la ji. Jin ba du ma yin ben na cha dang. Dong wa la so bang. Bang wa ne jin je. Rek som zin mo dang ye ge je. Che de lu je yin la yo wa dang na gen. tam na cho na wa so pang na garji nam ba che wa tang de yin jer khok tang den jo tang den ba nga lo len ba pa wang tang len wa so ro mo bu zhu si ba na pong ma ze mo rex sum du ma yi ben yin ma yor pen je gong ba dong wa se wa chao tang jia so dong wa le ji ba se wa si pe se tang qin xing dou la so zap jia na long ma jie 这刚来老本吃定，同胞让人怕把木把大狗当打这个，等说吃定钱包啦，门都把那感受这么热什当承受进去，热什么这个最不都是有个人老什么的，人老这把，在几岁上年嘛马下这把，门娘把送完接我娘把的这顿做。
The words, starting with just as the previous, constitute the prayer of taking the 8 temporary vows. These 8 branches are then further divided into the 4 branches of discipline, the single branch of attentiveness, and the 3 branches of subduing discipline. The first branches are the 4 branches of discipline which restrain one's own mind from unwholesome actions. Since these are the root of all vows, they are known as the 4 roots. They are as follows. The first is to not kill any being. Beside not killing a human being, one should not even kill a louse or its eggs, which is also belong to the realm of living beings. The second root is to not steal. Beside not stealing large possessions owned by others, one should not even steal a morsel of food. The third root is to abandon non-celibate conduct. Beside not pursuing the meeting of males and females for the enjoyment of sexual intercourse, one should not even look at one another with a lustful mind. The fourth root is to not speak lies. Beside not telling a great lie, such as falsely proclaiming oneself as having high human qualities, or lying about having qualities on the Buddhism path that one does not have, one should not even fool others jokingly while playing around. The single branch of attentiveness is to abstain from alcohol. If one does not abandon this action, one's mind will become careless. When intoxicated by alcohol, one cannot be aware of every aspect of what to do and what not to do, and one also forgets about the vows one has taken. Due to this, one engages in non-virtuous actions and is therefore unable to keep any of one's vows. For this reason, one should abandon all intoxicating food and drink, such as alcohol made from fermented grain, such as wheat or barley, or alcohol made from honey, flowers, or any other fermented substances, as well as intoxicating fruit or roots. As for the 3 branches of subduing discipline, in order to refresh the recollections of one's vows, one subdues all of one's activities as a lay householder and follows after the excellent conduct of bodhisattvas. Thus one engaged in subduing. First, one abandons dressing up and looking attractive or applying sweet scents like camphor and sandalwood, which are applied with the intention to charm. Then one abandons adoring one's body with garlands of flowers, jewels, and so on. One abandons earrings, bracelets, and so on, which are the 3 kinds of adornment. One abandons moving one's limbs for the sake of frolic and laughter, and one vows to remain silent in various ways, which refers to abandoning the 3 kinds of entertainment. Dancing, singing melodiously by elevating and lowering one's voice, and playing instruments such as string instruments or flutes. Second, one abandoned eating at inappropriate times and does not consume from noon until sunrise the next day any food such as grains or fruit to quell one's hunger. One may, however, drink liquids such as water and tea to quell the pangs of thirst. Third, one abundance sitting on a high and luxury seats. This means not to sit upon any seat higher than 1 cubit, or upon seats bedecked with silks and brocades, or tigers and leopard skins, which are unsuitable for ordinary people. Thus, when the 3 kinds of entertainments, including dancing, and the 3 kinds of adornments, such as garlands, are considered as one branch, these are the 3 branches of subduing discipline. Thus, thinking, I shall keep these 8 branches without corruption until sunrise tomorrow, one repeats the following, page 10.
Dine sokyu mebza
Dine soti michashin.
Yinje noryang lang mebza.
Ingi noya majeja.
Tripe chuja mebjeje. Zunje tsukja menhawo. June mangbo nyertimpe. Changne yongso pangwasa. Tinti chimto mebza shin. Tibjin dhamma yinpe se. Jadang chungwa dangne jin. Lodang karso pangwasa. Jadang rachong dadot. Sokyu laso mebzipa. Tedar sokyu laso pang. Lami sanchok nyo top sho. Donghang mangchok simchi nang. Sipen chole rowa sho.
Back to page 10. From now on, I will not kill, I will not steal the belongings of others, I will not engage in sexual activities, I will not speak false words. I will totally abstain from alcohol, as it a gateway for many mistakes. I will not sit on a high luxury seats. I will not eat at inappropriate times. I will not use perfumes, jewelry, and ornaments. I will avoid entertainments such as song and dance. Just as the Arhats refrained at all times from these actions, such as taking the lives of others, so shall I avoid these actions such as taking the lives of others. May I swiftly attain unsurpassed awakening, and may sentient beings fraught with many sufferings be freed from the ocean of cyclic existence. From now on, I will not kill, I will not steal the belongings of others, I will not engage in sexual activities, I will not speak false words. I will totally abstain from alcohol, as it a gateway for many mistakes. I will not sit on a high and luxury seats. I will not eat at inappropriate times. I will not use perfume, jewelry, and ornaments. I will avoid entertainment such as songs and dance. Just as the Arhats refrain at all times from these actions such as taking the lives of others, so shall I avoid these actions such as taking the lives of others. May I swiftly attain unsurpassed awakening, and may sentient beings fraught with many sufferings be freed from the ocean of cyclic existence. Lexo.
Tawa chum tingi tar simba sawe chetan pakpa to chope parar samba choke himbo zongle songwa chum namda ke zongde depe tu sumje jerwa setan je pa chum je pongbo tamje yula zobar si pa tang chum hunche chum charwa ni pa tamje dakbar si jen sinche manyan ba si pa so piyung da ma dan denba ngande ji du.
In order to develop such discipline to perfection, the dharani of the essence of the 6 paramitas of the noble Amoghapasha Sutra mentions the numerous benefits of this dharani, such as, by reciting this dharani of pure discipline, the entire accumulation of ethical disciplines of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times will be brought to perfection within one's own mind stream, and all faults of one's previous violation of discipline will be purified, and henceforth one's discipline will not decline. That repeat the dharani, page 13.
Om Amongashila
Om Amoghashila
Sambara Sambara
Sambara Sambara
Bara bara mahashuddha.
Barabara Mahashuta
Satopema babakata.
Satapema Bibuketa
Bunza dara dara.
Buddha Dara Dara
Saminta avalokite.
Samanta Avalokite
Hong pei sofa.
Umpe Svaha
Om amangashala.
Om Amukashila
Sambara sambara.
Sambara Sambara
Bara bara mahashuddha.
Barabara Mahashuda
Satopema babakata.
Satapema Bibuketa
Bunza dara dara.
Buddha Dara Dara
Saminta avalokite.
Samanta Avalokite
Hong pei sofa.
Umpe Svaha
Om amangashala.
Om Amukashila
Sambara sambara.
Sambara Sambara
Bara bara mahashuddha.
Barabara Mahashuda
Satopema babakata.
Satapema Bibuketa
Bunza dara dara.
Buddha Dara Dara
Saminta avalokite.
Samanta Avalokite
Hong pei sofa.
Umpe Svaha
Namangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Amangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Amangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Amangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Namangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite Amangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Amangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Namangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Namangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Namangashala sambara sambara bara bara mahashuddha satopema baba Buddha dara dara saminta avalokite hom beso Amanga Sholo Sombara Sombara Bara Bara Maha Sadopema Babakanda Budadar Hombe Soba Tene Sanchuk Samba Sambe Sanchuk Juba Jube Tse Ninin Sum Chinin Sum Dos Samba Chapu Molan Tapala Tene Lam Deva Tan Juba Deva Karpa Mambu Sozo Panze Sambe Molan Le Songa Chumja Parudo Samba Yongso Zoparsi Molam De Jidu.
Furthermore, when the bodhisattvas of the past performed enlightened actions out of love, having made fervent aspirations throughout the 3 periods of the day and the 3 periods of the night, they enjoyed ease on the path. The path was supplied with ease, and there completed the accumulations of many eons. Thus, one repeats the aspiration that completely perfect the paramita of discipline, which has arisen out of an aspiration of love. Page 13.
Shemje Tsutrum Jimijin
Sutrim Yule Tome Jing.
Tsutrum Nabar Dadang
Sutrim Napa Dadan Den.
Lopsemi Be Tsutrumje
Losum Nepa Sutrim Ki.
Tsutrum Parar Sendo Sho
Sutrim Paro Jitso Sho.
Panggung Papa Le Drip Jeshane, Sojong Dun Yok La Le Yin Pa, Jipa Pimit Nam La Zowar Jeji, Songba Tar. Jom Den De Sharjuk Per Kap, Randu Ibzi Tang, Jepa Nine, Songwa Nam Jan, Sumchat Saksum De, Lawyer De Jeshe. Nine Jungse Nyamba Nam Jan, Jachin De Gie, Lane So Jewa. Pinyong Pa De Me Par Songshin, Dele Jang, Shepherd Dawa Drumen Dole. Gangje Karpa Samje Machapa, Jarwa Seva Mangla Chuzele. Gangje Tanchu Rabdun Jikpatan, De Dershik Timbanga Parchupete, Nimchintun, Lapa Jepa. Tenete Sunam Chempa Song, Shipata, Tembatan Jepa, Se Yunbo Domba Songale, Tata Sanje Temban, Tartupa Gamder. Nimchin Jekta Domba, Nachik Sungwa, Payun Chishin, Dayang, Sanchokje, Simje Simba, Domba, Payun, Nankata, Chizome, Zopa Sanje, Gompang Topar, Jola, Chepar Tahije, Kapso, Sanghat Dorje, Latang, Haje, Namjar Samotang, Revanyan Solamba, Sende, Renzinje, Jardon Kuchen, Jetsam Goryang. Metse Chedokle, Menjangwa, Saja Chimbo, Chokan Udrup Topa, Sipa Yimbe, Gawa Gomshin, Teta Giva Teyang, Jonghove, Jema Tana, Koto So, Jin Gashik, Sepanjava Yimbe, Tena Geta Sanchok Chimbo, Hovande, Jidunzu.
The glorious protector Arya Nagarjuna said, "Grant the vows of sojong to men and women alike, so that they may obtain the pleasing bodies of the gods who act as they wish." Thus, in the past, when Lord Buddha was alive, even those who kept the one-day NyungNe vows a single time with merely a selfish mind were reborn in God realm of the 33. Since even those who have slightly transgressed the one-day NyungNe vows will be reborn in the God abodes of the 4 great kings, it is said that the benefits of taking the vows are unfathomable. Furthermore, moreover, it is specifically stated in the Moonlap Sutra that the merit of practicing a single precept for a single day and night during an era when the holy Dharma is being destroyed and the teachings of the Sugata are coming to an end is far greater to making offerings to millions of Buddhas of inconceivable eons. Thus, it is of greater benefit to keep a single vow for a single day during the final times of the present Buddha's teachings than it would have been to keep vows for a long time during former times when the teachings are flourished. Furthermore, the benefits of taking vows with a mind of bodhicitta are immeasurable, like space, and will lead to attainment of the state of complete Buddhahood. In particular, in the present context, by engaging in this practice in relation to a deity of the secret mantra Vajrayana and the profound yogas of the Mantrayana, one will join the ranks of the Vyadaras in this very life. And however long it may take, it will not take more than 16 lifetimes to attain the supreme siddhi of Mahamudra. Thus rejoice. However, if you do not seal such virtues in the end with dedication, they can become exhausted through various conditions such as anger. Therefore, please dedicate these roots of virtue towards great awakening by repeating the following. Page 11 on the Yellow Book. By this merit may I attain omniscience, having defeated the enemies my wrongdoings. May I liberate all beings who are tossed in the ocean of samsara by the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until attaining enlightenment. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Om Soba Shuddha Soba Dhamma Soba Shuddha Jana Dom Je Domba Jor Dombe Ngan Le Ren Chin Je Zanye Tam Je Yong Zo Be Yor Me Kamba Ye Wo Wa Dani Toje Chembo Number Sove Togana Ale Dove Chengo Tendo Shayan Tembajo Tanandanjanamka Neren Chen Tradan Chu Jincho Bam Cha Da Din Te De Da Ve Chen Kor Je Be Den Rang To Ge Re Le Wen Chu Par Den La Ma Dang Do Je Chen Bo Ye Re Ye San Je San Sen Je Korwa Chindan Yupa Sanje Tam Chen Dupe Go Dor Chen Zembe Ngavani Gancho Sum Je Tava Te Lama Nam La Som Talo Sum De Shepa Chuje Go Sem Chen La Jin Reze nam kha ta cho pi chu je yo ze je bo me lo som cha lo chen je ma gu kum do ga do san je je va la je ta je jin jin ro la ze jin re ze la sam cha lo je ge nam kha yin de ye me ya ze ge ja zu yin dong so so sa ta dan xie ran cho la nga ni pe re nga de wo xie lo som cha lo da ge nian ge sa ne chu pe me do do bu dang ma me zhe cha xiao zi so hong zi pe la ma nam jin chung.
Page 14. O Svabhava Shuddha Savadama Svabhava Shuddham. All phenomena become void. From within the state of emptiness, upon a precious ground, appears a lovely boundless palace, complete with all the perfect attributes, within which I vividly appear the great compassionate one. Arising from Amundis, my heart is marked with the syllable Shri. From the Shri at my heart, light rays radiate and invite the glorious Guru, who is indivisible from the great compassionate one. Surrounded by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the four families, he appears in the space in front of me, and sit upon a moon disk resting on a 1,000-petal lotus flower, which sits upon a jeweled throne. Homage to the Gurus, who embody all Buddhas, whose essence is the Vajra holder and who are the root of the three jewels. Homage and praise to the radiant Amitabha, the Dhammakaya of all the bliss-gone ones of the three times, appearing as Avalokiteshvara, the 11-faced one who gazes upon all beings of the six realms. Homage and praise to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watches over beings, who untainted by fault is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Homage and praise to the Sugatas of the five families, who prevail over skillful means and supreme wisdom, and who, though inseparable from the space like Dhammakaya, emanate distinctly in rainbow-like forms. From the seed syllable at my heart emanate goddesses who offer flowers, incense, lamps, perfumes, food, and the like.
Om Banda Bebe Aho, Om Banda Dube Aho, Om Banda Aloge Aho, Om Banda Gende Aho, Om Banda Nevede, Om Banda Shuddha Aho. ye golo korshin sorvande sanje sancho ye zon tam che sancho chodong senjin de tang den je dong kung dang cha je nam yang de mi ma je dong nyong chen bo ne je.
Page 19. Oh, Vajra, older and others, please heed me. With heartfelt regret I confess all transgressions of the three kinds of vows which I have committed while overpowered by ignorance. Whatever wrongs I have done at any time, I confess them with great fear. From now on I will not allow them to happen again. I rejoice in all virtue, and I supplicate you to tend the wheel of Dharma. Holding in mind the awakened state of Buddhahood, I dedicate all virtues to supreme enlightenment. May all sentience be endowed with happiness. May they be free from all suffering. May they never be without happiness. May they abide in great equanimity.
Om Soba Va Shuddha Soba Dhamma Soba Va Shuddha Va Om Shunya Danja Nam Benzo Soba Va Emma Kuvan Sondon Debe Duba Ye Chunam Tam Je Domba Je Tengan Le Pema da ve chen go nya kan ve dan de ran sen she ga le wo zhe sen jin dong sen dan de shi yu be ma ne sen dong ba wa shen chen je la yang de le jia je Yang Shabba Tava Vantrebe Sabje Sanje Sanse Na Jin Zhang Te La Tenba Ye Ge Je Nye La Be Ma Ne Shi Tang Jie Ba Yong Je Le Da Nin Pa Ba Jin Ze kum do kar bo lan cho jin jo je shar je za ya ga ye jian ma de ye de wo je ye ma yong ga wo de de ma ye ka xin yon je wo na xie ya Jian de deng chuo yan na po ne Jian sem qie zi chuo ni Jian de deng na xie jian ne Ma po zu de deng ba Nian jin bang ge jie nan ba sa Sa ve so jie tang bo Nye to kar ta ja ye ni be Ram chen sun ben chu jin Ze ye ben kor long zhen ba de Yang je ni be be ma Tang sun be je lo ye ba ye Da ye yong sun zhen ba O te la san ne gup jia dang gup jia zan yin chu jin de te tar tong zha san nam ji de de jin ri den ba o no ru ren qin jin chang xin Kadu nu mayum nerada papayum kapa Kashire je shanta jin yeong tar je ju benzin Aze karbon cho je te toka daveten Raye karboz je potalane chineze Kordan je pa chinro
Page 21. Om Svabhava Shuddha Savadama Svabhava Shuddhoham Om Shunyata Jnana Vajra Svabhava Atma Koham. All phenomena that are subsumed are the perceiver and perceived become empty. From within this state, the nature of my mind appears as a white tree upon a lotus and moon disk. From it light streams forth and fulfills the purpose of sentient beings. The light then gathered back into the tree, which transforms into a golden lotus marked with a tree. From the tree, light emanates once again in the form of hooks and lassos that invite the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. They dissolve into the lotus and tree, and instantly transform into myself, appearing as the noble Avalokiteshvara. My body is youthful white in color, with 11 faces. The main face is white, the right face is green, and the left face is red. Above them the middle face is green, the right face is red, and the left face is white. Above them the middle face is red, the right face is white, and the left face is green. These faces have a peaceful expression. Above all of them is a black wrathful face with 3 eyes, bare fangs, and a menacing frowning grimace. Above it is a red peaceful face with a crown protrusion, and adorned visible from the neck up. Of my 8 main hands, the first 2 on top are folded in prayer at my heart. Below it, the second hand holds a crystal mala, the third in the gesture of supreme generosity, and the fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a lotus, the third holds an anointing vase, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. My remaining 992 hands are in the gesture of supreme giving, and each of the 1,000 hands has an eye on its palm. I am adorned with ornaments of precious gems, and I am wearing an upper garment of an antelope skin draped over my left breast. My lower garment is made from Benares. My crown is adorned with a diadem of beautiful silks, and I emit rays of white light. At my heart upon a moon disk is the white letter tree, whose light rays invite Avalokiteshvara and his retinue from the pure land of Potala.
Om Banda Gam Om Banda Badan Om Banda Bebe Om Banda Dube Om Banda Aloge Om Banda Gende Om Banda Nevada Om Banda Shabda.
Homage and praise to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watcher over beings, who untainted by faults is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Jahum Bam Ho, we merge inseparably, and my three places become marked with the syllables Om Ahum. Again light radiates from the tree at my heart, which causes the five Tathagatas to come here. From the hearts emanate the four mothers, holding primordial wisdom nectar, which they use to bestow empowerment directly upon me. The nectar overflows and transforms into the essence of the Guru, appearing as Amitabha at my crown, Akshobhya at my forehead, Ratnasambhava beyond my left ear, Amoka Siddhi beyond my left ear, and Vairochana at the nape of my neck, as I am crowned by the lords of the five families. At my heart upon a lotus and moon, He the essence of the wisdom being, the great compassionate one. He the size of a thumb joint, and at his heart he the samadhi being, appearing as a white little tree. From it light issues forth, and purifies the obscurations of all beings, and they all transform into the great compassionate one. The light then returns and dissolves back into the tree.
Namo Renataya Namaya Jana Sangoro Berotana Baharanjaya Tathagatāya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Namasava Tathagatāve Ardeve Samya Sambuddhave Namaya Avalokiteshvara Choraya Bodhisattoya Masadoya Makaranagaya Deyata Daradara Dere Dere Dura Dura Etrevate Tale Tale Pratale Pratale Kusuma Kusuma Vare Elle Milletitte Dola Mapana Sova Namarena Daya Namaya Jana Sangaram Berotana Baharanjaya Tathagataya Naraharte Samyo Sambuddhaya Namma Sarva Tathagatebe Ardebe Samyo Sambuddhebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Choraya Bodhisattoya Masadoya Makaranagaya Deyata Dere Dere Dura Dura Adravate Tale Tale Pratale Pratale Kusuma Kusuma Vare Le Melatiddo Mapada Sova Namarena Toyo Namaya Jana Sangoram Virotam Baharanjaya Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Namasava Tathagatebe Adebe Samya Sambuddhave Namaya Avalokiteshvara Choraya Bodhisattoya Masadoya Makaranagaya Deyadam Daradara Dere Dere Dura Dura Etevete Tole Tole Pratale Pratale Kusama Kusama Vare Limilatidol Mapana So Namarena Toyo Namaya Jana Sangaram Verodana Vaharanjaya Tathagatāya Aharte Samya Sambuddha Nasava Tathagatebe Ardebe Samya Sambuddhave Namaya Avalokiteshvara Choraya Buddhist bodhisattoya masadoya makaranakaya yada daradara daradara atravadatal atale pratale kusuma kusuma vare lemelatidendol mapana sova namorenadaya namayana sangaramajana maharandaya tathagadaya ahade sayasambeta nam Behadebe Samyo Sambedebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Shoraya Bodhisattoya Masadoya Makaranakaya Teyata Daradara Daradara Adavada tale tale vatale brada kusama kusama varele meletadanda mapana sova namarenadaya namaya jana Sangarambaradana Varandaya Tathagataya Arte Samya Sambhutaya Namasava Tathagatebe Artebe Samya Sambhutebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Shoraya Bodhisattoya Masadoya Makaranakaya Teyada daradara 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 Adavada tale tale patale patale Kusama kusama nare lemelatidendo mapana sova namorenadaya namaya jana sangarambaradana vaharandaya tathagataya aha de samya sambedaya namasava tathagatebe ahardebe samya sambedebe namaya Avalokiteshvara Shoraya Bodhisattoya Masadoya Mahakaranakaya Teyada daradara daradara Adavada tale tale patale patale Kusa Vare lemelatidendo mapana so Yodom duru 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 ba dale ba Kusame kusame vare lemelatidendo Lama so Yadam duru 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 ba dale ba Kusame kusame vare lemelatidendo Lama Garchen Buddhist Institute Sum che ze cho ne jin te na she ja ne ma bu zu de den ba ni yen bang ge je nan ba sa zo ve sa je dang ba ni da ga ta ja e ni zhom chen sun ben chu jin ze ye ben ko lon zen ba de yong jie ni bi bi ma dang san be ji lu ye ba ye do ye leng zhen zen ba wo de la sa ne gu bia dang gu bia zang nian chu jin ze de de du zhe sa na ye de de jin re den ba wo na re ren qin jin qiang ye gu du na ma yong ba ne re de bo be yong ga ba ga xie re jie xiang de bin ye o da jie ju bin zen o ze ga bon chuo jie dan de shi le ba me ma bo den zen sa jia jin xiao du hong le me jie bang bo san nu sa jia jin na re zhong li ren ju ne si bon jiu jiu chu ge ji na de om le nam na re ga ra po san jiu chu ge ce san de a le tung de ne jiang ke jia bin sa jia gen jiao ren qin jin din yen ne sum qian bei sa wu le an che yi xi san ba na jin zhang tan ba nian men
Page 41. O Svabhava Shuddha Savadama Svabhava Shuddham. All phenomena become void. From within this state, from the tree at my heart emanates the letter broom, which travels to the space in front of me. The broom then melts and transforms into a palace of jewels, square with 4 doors. Inside is a jewel throne and a moon disk upon which is a multicolored 8-petal lotus. At its center is a tree, which transforms into the great compassionate one, crystal clear, resembling myself. His body is youthful, white in color, with 11 faces. The main face is white, the right face is green, and the left face is red. Above them the middle face is green, the right face is red, and the left face is white. Above them the middle face is red, the right face is white, and the left face is green. These faces have a peaceful expression. Above all of them is a black wrathful face with 3 eyes, bare fangs, and a menacing frowning grimace. Above it is a red, peaceful face with a crown protrusion, unadorned it visible from the neck up. Of his 8 main hands, the first two on top are folded in prayer at his heart. Below it, the second right holds a crystal mala. The third is in the gesture of supreme generosity, and the fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a lotus. The third holds an anointing vase. In the fourth holds a bow and arrow. May his remaining 992 hands are in the gesture of supreme giving, and each of the 1,000 hands has an eye on its palm. He is adorned with ornaments of precious gems, and wears an upper garment of an antelope skin draped over his left breast. The lower garment is made from Benares. The crown is adorned with a diadem of beautiful silks, and he emits rays of white light. Above are he transformed into red Amitabha, his hands in the gesture of Samadhi. In the east, a home transformed into blue Akshobhya, his hand in the earth touching gesture. In the south, a tram transformed in yellow Ratnasambhava, his hands in the gesture of supreme giving. In the west, an Om transforms into white Vairochana in the aspect of supreme awakening. In the north, an A transforms into green Amoka Siddhi with his hands in the gesture of granting protection. All of them are adorned with jewels, and the 3 places are marked with the 3 syllables. The light radiating from the 3 syllables invites the wisdom beings who dissolve into him. Thus we have merged non-dually. Page 37. Homage to the Gurus who embody all Buddhas, whose essence is the Vajra holder and who are the root of the 3 jewels. Homage and praise to the radiant Amitabha, the Dhammakaya of all the bliss-gone ones of the 3 times. appearing as Avalokiteshvara, the 11th-faced one, who gazes upon all beings of the 6 realms. Homage and praise to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watches over beings, who untainted by faults is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Homage and praise to the Sugatas of the 5 families, who prevail over skillful means and supreme wisdom, and who, though inseparable from the space like Dhammakaya, emanate distinctly in rainbow-like forms. From the seed syllable at my heart emanate goddesses who offer flowers, incense, lamps, perfumes, food, and the like.
Om Bada Bibea, Om Bada Dubea, Om Bada Aluga, Om Bada Gandea, Om Bada Neveda, Om Bada Shada. Sadhana to samajebe, Dhamma sumdangarva, Naradunjube shabarje, Kaya dage tungu, Dadipa jipa ganjaba, Tabi menda shaji, Tena samden jomeji, Geva nala jeye, Rankolo kurshin sorvande, Sanji sancho eje, Zon tomchi sanjo chudungo, Saye puchu zoshimeto, Rara lenje nyede jimbande, Sanji shina mede purva, Yendo kunamda, Yendo jubayo, Semji namji samba, Talo yesera, Naba, Jejun kulu kunu, Nyezi menda zambonde, Sancho lam la parchi mem jongshin, Desum deshi gomba doba, Dang si parmenter sheva meneshin, Nam kada nyam bidona, Dovo Randan dundu yuba, Toje chenpo sanzule, Eshi durzi jumba, Bepamba sakonvarju.
39. Oh, Vajra holder and others, please heed me. With heartfelt regret I confess all transgressions of the 3 kinds of vows which I have committed while overpowered by the 3 poisons. Whatever wrongs I have done at any time, I confess them with great fear. From now on I will not allow them to happen again. I rejoice in all virtue, and I supplicate you to tend the wheel of Dharma, holding in mind the awakened state of Buddhahood. I dedicate all virtues to supreme enlightenment. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and the moon. By visualizing it as a Buddha, and offer it, may all beings enjoy the perfect purity of this realm. Having offered this excellent and pleasing mandala, may we experience no obstacles on the path to awakening. May we realize the enlightened mind of the Sugatas of the three times. May we neither stray into samsara nor rest in nirvana's peace. May all beings limitless as the sky is vast become liberated. Streams of primordial wisdom nectar descend from the fingers of myself, and the great compassionate one in front, filling the vase completely.
Namare Naroyo Namaya Jana Sangoro Berozana Baharanjaya Tathagataya Ahorte Somyo Sambudaya Nama Sarva Tathanga Debe O Debe Samya Sambudebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Shoraya Bodhichitta Masadoya Makarunukaya Deyata Daradara Dara 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 Adavata Tala Tala Atala Paratala Kusama Kusama Mare Lemele Tedalama Panoso Namare Nadaya Namaya Jana Sangoro Berotana Maharanjaya Tathagataya Arahate Somyo Sambudaya Nama Sarva Tathanga Debe Adebe Samya Sambudebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva Masadoya Makarunukaya Deyata Daradara Dara 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 Adavata Tala Tala Atala Pratala Kusuma Kusuma Vare Lemele Tedal Mapanoso Namare Naroyo Namaya Jana Sagaram Berotana Baharanjaya Tathagataya Arte Somyo Sambudaya Nama Sarva Tathanga Debe Adebe Samyo Sambudebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva Mahasadoya Makarunukaya Deyata Daradara Dara 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 Adavata Tala Tala Patala Patala Kusama Kusama Vare mele chidu lama bu nima Namarena Thaya Namaya Jana Sangaram Berotana Vaharanjaya Tathagataya Aharte Samya Sambudaya Nama Sarva Tathagatebe Adebe Samyo Sambudebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Yoraya Bodhisattva Masadoya Makaranekaya Tenyam Thum Darudun Narudurudura Atavada Talatala Pratala Patala Kusuma Kusuma Varele Melatidala Mabano Sova Namarena Daya Anamaya Jana Sangaram Berotana Vaharanjaya Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambudaya Nama Sagadatanga Adebe Samya Sambudebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Yaraya Bodhisattva Makaranekaya Ayatha Daradara Dere 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 Adre Tale Tale Patale Patale Kusama Kusama Varele Melatidendal Mapano Sova Namoreno Doyo Namaya Jana Sangaram Berotana Vaharanjaya Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambudaya Nama Sarva Tathagatebe Adebe Samya Sambudebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva Masadoya Makaranekaya Teyadam Daradara Dire 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 Adrevere Dale 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 Baratane Kusame Kusama Varele Melatidenda Mapana Sova Namorena Chaya Namaya Jana Sangaram Berotana Vaharanjaya Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambudaya Nama Savatatanga Adebe Samya Sambudebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva Masadoya Makaranekaya Ayatha Daradara Dere 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 Adre Dale 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 kusama kusama vare limele tudendo napana so namore nadoya ya namaya jana sangaram berodana Maharanjaya Tathagataya Arahate Somyo Sambudaya Nama Sarva Dodanga Debe Debe Ambedebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Yoraya Bodhisattva Masadoya Mahakarunakaya Dayata Daradara Dere 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 Adrevada Tale Tale Atale Pratale Kusama Kusama Vare Limele Tudendo Mapano Sova Namare Nataya Namaya Jana Sangaram Berodana Maharanjaya Tathagatoya Arahate Samya Sambudaya Nama Sarva Tathagatebe Aradebe Samya Sambudebe Namaya Avalokiteshvara Shoraya Bodhisattva Masadoya Makarunakaya Deyata Daradara Dere 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 Edreve Dere Tale Tale Batale Batale Kusama Kusama Rele Mele Tudulama Naya Sova Yadam Duru 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 Duli Duli Ba Dali Ba Kusama Kusama Vara Lemon Dalama So Dara Dara Diri Diri Duru 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 Duli Duli Ba Dali Ba Kusama Kusama Lemon Dalama Naya So Yada Duru 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 Duli Duli Ba Dali Ba Kusama Kusama Lemon Dalama Naya So Yada Duru Duru Diri Diri Adre Dali Dali Ba Dali Ba Dali Kusama Kusama Dalama Naya So Yada Duru 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 Dali Dali Ba Dali Ba Kusama Kusama Dalama Naya So Yada Duru 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 Dali Dali Ba Dali Ba Kusama Kusama Dalama Naya So Yada Duru 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 Dali Dali Ba Dali Ba Kusama Kusama Dalama Naya So Yatha Dara Dara Duru 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 Dali Dali Ba Dali Ba Kusama Kusama Dalama Naya So Yatha Dara Dara Duru 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 Alama Kusama Dalama Naya So Yadhavam Dara Duru 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 Duli Duli Ba Duli Ba Kusuma kusuma varalim Mapanaya sova omanepim ahara omanepim ahara omanepim ahara
Page 44. Then I, the deity, wisdom being dissolved into them, and deity in front. Above my crown is Geloma Palma, who supplicate the noble one on my behalf.
Jagakeda aya Avalokiteshvara beche shire nate dodra nama bhuga Papa chine ze wasulo giloma parmutu bashisava.
In the English language, Geloma Palma's praise to the noble Lord Avalokiteshvara.
Jitingu bolasam la jitina masubasum jetub alaye tu dudun sombitu pa Atebe janjo tubi tubanzeb Anjektin sumjin gumbon cholasam La dershi pame kude kumranzem Pa dershi nawan tayi ujin sepa Pa sayin chujin yada trigun sep Pa sayun sirji pime nambarjim Pa chajim raben chawan masaran chup Pa shariji pa do tagunzim Pa chinji pe man chodo sanyam Pa kawa tondo nongo chingi dim Pa chimme acha mada tsumunzim Pa zipi uzi chare mabujim Pa peman choda sani ngasip Pa tungu chinji dodo tenjin yum Pa renchi mamba pumba nine jim Pa lumen chamdre subdre jamjin yum Pa rata pa panama yumba kap Pa nincho du gijin jinan chap Pa trima me pa peman chola nip NyungNe Pime Dabdaran Jam, Sajakaran Chola no trip, Dozur Tribu Rizok Shantam Zim, Tabe Jinjang Tojin Parasam, Choni Suno Mangbo Nyewasak, Tadu Den Jungne Gani Ser, Sundar Dijin Kharju Jibadum, Jin Choda Dubon Chule Jar, Sirji Kundu Dre Shaye Hong, Tambe Nesa Ye Manzeb, Ngabe Judo Logi Triduship, Yanzonia Soyin Dimanye, Omi Todo Chun Toledur, Kanye Dado Toran Laneku, Yechine Zijambo Yelasen, Yetuben Choda Dojo Sotu, No Tinichibo Nipimin, Rachiwanda Damong Chiaton, Jetin Jetelana Gopakanda, Jitin Gupolasam, No Jitin Lama Sivasum Jetup, Bosu Dudon Tombetup, Tepe Jancho Tepe Drubanze, Jikti Sumjin Gumon Cholasam, No Dirshi Bami Kude Kumlanzem, Dirshi No Toy Ujisip, Sayan Chudi Da Trigon Sep, Sayon Siji Pime Nabarajim, Trijina Bencho Masan Chup, Shari Jiba Do Tavim Jinji Bema Jodo Sayam, Kawa Tundo Noga Tringedim, Time Chamade Tombunzip, Zipuz Jere Marbujim, Beman Toda Sanen Arasep, Tungu Jujin Doda Dinjin, Orange Mamba Pumonin Jim, Lomen Chapter Subter Jamshi Jum, Reda Papa Namayam Baka, Ninja Du Gijin Jinan Chang, Trima Me Babimen Chola Nep, Tiving Pimen Dopter Jump, Sejakaran Chola No Trip, Dozu Tribu Rizok Shantam Zim, Tabe Jinjang Tojin Parasam, Yonye Suna Mangbo Nyewasak, Tadu Divin Juni Gani Ser, Sundo Zijin Kharju Jibatum, Lujin Jode Dubon Chule Jar, Sirji Kandu Dre Shaye Hong, Tambe Nesa Ye Manzeb, Ngabe Judo Logi Triduship, Yanzonia Sayin Dimanye, Mi Todo Chun Toledur, Kanye Dado Toran Laneku, Yichini Zijambo Yelosim, Yetuben Joda Doja Sati, No Tinijibo Nipimin, No Jivanda Damo Jivatam, Tenji Dilana Gopakundra, Jitin Gupolasam, Jitin Lama Sivasum Jetu, Loyuzu Dudon Tombetu, Tepe Janjo Tepe Drubanze, Jitin Sumjin Gumbon Cholasam, No Dirshi Bami Kude Gumlanzem, Dirshi Non Toy Ujisip, Sayan Chudi Da Trigon Ser, Sayon Siji Pime Nabarjim, Trijin Bencho Mazarin Chup, Shari Jiba Do Tavim Jinji Bema Chodo Sayam, Kawa Tundo Nongo Tringedim, Trime Jambade Tombuzip, Unzibiuzi Jere Marpujim, Opementoda Soningasip, O Tungo Drinji Doda Dayejum, Orinchimam Pumaninejim, Polomen Chubdre Subdre Jamjejum, Narada Babanum Bakap, O Ninjodu Gijinjinancham, Po Trimame Bapime Cholane, Po Tevimune Pime Dodarjam, Po Sejekaran Cholano Trip, Po Tazurtibe Rozo Shantamzim, Po Tepejin Jan Tojin Parasam, Po Choni Suno Mamo Nivasak, Bata Divin Juni Ganese, O Sunda Zijin Korju Jibadum, All Jin Joda Dubon Tulajar, O Siji Kandu Joy Shayon, O Tambenesa Ye Manzep, O Ngaben Juju Loji Tridoship, O Yanzoni Soyin Timani, O Mitsudo Jin Tulidur, Akaye Dodu Turanaku, Ye Chine Zijambo Yelasin, Ye Tuben Choda Toja Satu, Na Tine Chibo Nipimin, Yevanda Damang Chiatam, Tunji Tijitila Nago Bakanda, Yaum Jitingu Bulasam, Jitina Masivasum Yetup, Oloyzu Dudan Sambetup, Otapejan Chotube Trubanzep, Jitin Sumjen Gubo Cholasam, La Dershi Pami Kute Gunanzim, O Derje Nawan Tae Ujisip, O Sayin Chujin Ada Trigonser, O Sayon Siji Pime Nabarjim, O Trijin Apen Chuan Masarin Chup, O Shari Jipa Da Tavunzip, O Chinji Peman Chodo Sayayam, O Kawa Tondo Nogo Tringidim, O Time Achamate Somuzip, O Zipi Uzi Jore Marpujim, O Pemento Da Sanin Arsip, O Tungo Tujin Dodo Denjejum, O Rinchimam Pumaninejim, O Lumin Chubdrin Subdrin Jabjejum, O Radapam Venumayam Bakap, O Nijudu Gijin Jinonchon, O Trimame Bapimin Cholanip, O Tivimune Pimin Dr. Jump, O Sejikaran Cholano Trip, O Tozu Tripi Rozo Shotom Zimp, O Tapejin Jan Sojin Parasim, O Choni Suna Mamo Nyevasop, O Tatu Divin Juni Ganesip, O Sumtan Zijin Karju Jibatim, O Lujin Chote Dubon Chole Jar, O Siji Kandip Drai Shaye, O Tambi Nisa Ye Mazip, O Ngambe Dudu Loji Triduship, O Yanzo Nye Asoyin Timani, O Mi Chodo Chen Solidur, O Kanye Dodu Toranaku, Ye Chine Zijambo Yelasin, Ye Tuben Choda Toja Satu, Na Tine Chiba Nipimin, No Jivodu Tamang Jiotam, Dunji Tinji Tilana Gopa Kundrup Jo.
Oh, I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the guru of the universe, honored by beings of all three realms, praised by gods Marabama, wish granting, King of sages, supreme protector, I prostrate, noble body containing of this gun. Once you crowns adorned with the Buddha boundless, light you turn right head is too hungry. Ghost you left sands that don't read a go lotus. Your perfume have flashes relighting bound up like red gold garlands. Oh, your face is beautiful, shining full moon, and your lotus eyes are white, so exquisite you smell smelling bodies. White as the snow in coat your hopefully greeting. Pearls you are dipped in radiance like the red of dawn. You hot spread like perfect lotus Susa. Range on a steel like you sting like the atom. Clouds, many jewels are on your shoulders, you young. Palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new. Leaves you let spread is covered by antelope. Hide beautified by fine iris bracelets and let you abide on a pristinely pure lotus, and your belly smoother than lotus petal. You sublime gold berry studded with fine gems from your hips, red garments of the finest silk, soupy wisdom of the Buddha gone be. Young gathering vast merit you reach the sublime lower realms, liberated source of delight. You dispel age and disease, you are supreme among beings, victor of all maras. Holds golden neck and jingly beautify your feet. You form boundless static, you beings in peace, dignified like elephant, graceful as swan. Doctrines keeper all accumulations, dance saver from the oceans of milk and water. Men or women, if you rise each day at dawn, devote your mind with respect to Chenrezig, and you praise him with this excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of your worthy and transcendent wishes will be fulfilled in his life and all of your future lives. I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the guru of the universe, honored by beings of all three realms, praised by God's Marabama Wishkanting, King of sages, supreme protector. I prostrate, noble body containing all bliss gone. Once you crowns adorned with the Buddha boundless light, you generous as he's too hungry. Ghost you left sands adorned with a lotus. Your perfume have flashes with lighting bound up like red gold garlands. Oh, your face is beautiful, shining full moon, and your lotus eyes are white, so exquisite you smell smelling bodies. White as a snow in coat your beauty, you hold you glittering. Pearls you are decked in radiance like the red of dawn. You hot sped like perfect lotus Susa. Range on a steel lake, you sting like the atom. Clouds, many jewels are on your shoulders, you young. Palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new leaves. You left spread is covered by antelope. Hide beautified by fine iris bracelets, anklets. You abide on a pristinely pure lotus, and your belly smoother than lotus petal. You sublime gold berry studded with fine gems from your hips, red garments of the finest silk, soapy wisdom of the Buddha gone be. Young gathering vast merit, you reach the sublime lower realms, liberated source of delight. You dispel age and disease, you are supreme among beings, victor of Amaras. Holds golden neck and genie beautify your feet. You for boundless static, you beings in peace, dignified like elephant, graceful as swan. Doctrines keeper all accumulations, dance saver from the oceans of milk and water. Men or women, if you rise each day at Then devote your mind with respect to Chenrezig, and you praise him with his excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of your worldly and transcended wishes will be fulfilled in this life and all of your future lives. Oh, I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the guru of the universe, honored by beings of all three realms, praised by God's Marabama Vishkanting, King of sages, supreme protector, I prostrate, noble body containing all bliss gone. Once you crowns adorned with the Buddha boundless light, you generous as gifts to hungry ghosts. You left hands adorned with a gold lotus. Your perfume hair flashes with lighting bound up like red gold garlands. So your face is beautiful, shining full moon, and your lotus eyes are white, so exquisite, you smell smelling bodies. White as a snowing conch, your hotly greeting. Pearls you are draped in radiance like the red of dawn. You had sped like perfect lotus Susa. Ranged on a steel lake, you sting like the atom. Clouds, many jewels adorn your shoulders, you young. Palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new leaves. You spread is covered by antelope. High beautified by funny rings, best legs anklet. You are but on a pristinely pure lotus, and your belly smooth as a lotus petal. You sublime gold body starred with fine gems from your hips, straight garments of the finest silk. Supreme wisdom of the Buddha gone be. Young gathering vast merit, you reach the sublime lower realms, liberated so the light you dispel age and disease, you are supreme among beings, victor of Amaras. Holds golden nectar, dignity beautify your feet. You for boundless static, you beings in peace, dignified like elephant, graceful as swan, doctrine's keeper, all accumulations. Dan savior from the oceans of milk and water. Man or woman, if you rise each day at dawn, devote your mind with respect to Chenrezig, and you praise him with his excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of your worldly and transcended wishes will be fulfilled in this life and all of your future life.
Om Bema Sodo Samaya Manapalaya Bema Sodo Dinuba Dirundunu Me Baba Sukdukayo Me Baba Subuchayo Adoratu Me Baba Sawa Sete Me Baba Sawa Karma Sudame Sudam Pian Kuro Hong Ha 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 Marabe Sawa Tatanga Da Pema Maminu Da Pema Ma Samaya Sodo Wain Amba tenzen yore nepa do son do na son chu sem jong xian xia la son de tenzen ra do ne kun qin xi ra do par sen ji lu.
Please grant your blessing that the teachings and the holders of the teachings will remain for a long time, and that myself and all sentient beings may train in Bodhichitta. Grant your blessing that we may fully attain the union of shamatha and vipassana, and that we may perfectly realize omniscient wisdom.
Om Soba Vachita Soba Dharma Soba Vachit Om Kado Teranupa Nahan Panso Dimbe Durmande Abachin reser Jaravasi Jinam Lambu.
This Dharma endowed with perfect color, order, taste, and potency, I offer to the noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas.
Om Akarmoga Sarva Dharmana Ade Dube Naduda Om Ahom Besa. Om Akarmoga Sarva Dharmana Ade Dube Naduda Om Ahom Besa. Om Akarmoga Sarva Dharmana Ade Dube Naduda Om Ahom Besa. Om Loka Jura Sapare Edam Balenda Gaga Gaya Gaya. Om Loka Jura Sapare Vare Edam Balenda Gaga Gaya Gaya. Om Loka Jura Sapare Vare Edam Balenda Gaga Gaya. Gaye Je Jeva Tane Tamje Dare Zalo Zanga Jarme Bada Nje Che Shen Lama Lagu Jire Zeje Tam Zelone Sho Sanjo Sunneramba Je Maji Bana Ji Jorje Je Ba Nyamba Meba Ya Kone Konda Eva Sho.
In this and all for future lives, may I be born in a good family, and may I be endowed with a clear intellect free from pride, and may I have great compassion and devotion to the Guru. May my samaya with generous agreement firm. May Bodhichitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Om Den Dala Gong So Oje Gu Wan Je Be Dan Zai Me So Ngon Yo Dong Zhang Zhe Chung So Zu Pa So.
By offering a base with scented stream of nectar to the protector Amitabha, lamp for wandering beings. May all defilements and two kinds of obscuration of all beings be completely purified, and may there be the auspiciousness for all beings to achieve stainless kayas.
Om Bema Sod Maya Mana Balaya Bema Sadhana Kedana Me Ba Sadhaya Me Ba Sadhaya Me Anora To Me Ba Sawa Siddhi Me Pa Inta Sawa Kama Sutta Me Tadam Chiran Kuro Hong Ha 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 Ho Bang Sawa Tatangara Pima Mame Meza Pima Pa Ma Samaya Zato Va Vo Mane Pime O Danje Nam Kam Pa Pa Yo Ye Ge Choma Sunje Pe Sane Pa Pe De Ze Chu Ze Je Sam Ta Je Je Larya Je Vartan Bar Ju.
In the space before me, the exalted noble who was born from the 6 syllables, he bathes me with the nectar that flows from his fingers, which purify the 3 obscurations. The deity then dissolved into my crown. Dedication from Shantideva as the Way of the Bodhisattvas, Blue Prayer Book, page 61. By all the virtue I have now amassed, by composition of this book, which speaks of entry to the Bodhisattva way, may every being tread the path to Buddhahood. May beings everywhere who suffer torment in the minds and bodies have by virtue of my merit joy and happiness in boundless measure. As long as they may linger in samsara, may their present joy not on decline, and may the taste of unsurpassed beatitude in constant and unbroken continuity. Throughout the spheres and reaches of the world, in hellish states wherever they may be, may beings fettered there, tormented, taste the bliss and peace of Sukhavati. May those caught in freezing ice be warmed, and from the massing clouds of Bodhisattva's prayers may torrent rain in boundless streams to cool those burning in infernal fires. May forests, where the leaves are blades and swords, become sweet groves and pleasant woodland glades, and may the trees of miraculous appears, supplanting those upon the hill of Shalmali. And may the very pits of hell be sweet with fragrant pools, all perfumed with the scent of lotuses, be lovely with the cries of swan and goose, and waterfowl so pleasing to the ear. May fiery coals turn into heaps of jewels, the burning ground become a crystal floor, the crushing hills celestial abodes, adorned with offering, the dwelling place of the Buddhas. May the hail of lava, fiery stones and weapons henceforth become a rain of blossoms. May those whose hell is to fight and wood be turned to lovers offering the flowers. And as engulfed in fiery Vaitarani, the flesh destroyed, the bones bleached, white as Akunda flowers, may they through all my merit strength have godlike forms and sport with goddesses in Mandakini's peaceful streams. What fear is it, they ask, that grips the henchmen of the deadly Lord, their frightful vultures and the carrion crows? What noble strength is it that brings us joy and drives away our dreadful night? And looking skyward they will see the shining form of Vajapani, and may their sins be quenched in joy, and may they go to him. And when they see the seething lava flood of hell extinguished in a rain of blossoms, drenched in scented water, at once fulfilled in bliss, they ask, how can this be? And thus the densities of hell will see the one who holds the lotus. Friends, throw away your fears and quickly gather here. For who is he to come to banish dread, this youth with bound-up gleaming hair, this loving bodhisattva saving and protecting every being, whose power relieves all pain, increasing joy? Do you see the splendor of his house that echoes praises of 1,000 goddesses, the 100 gods who lay their diadems before his lotus feet, the rain of flowers falling on his head, his eyes moist with compassion? Thus may those in hell cry out on seeing Manjughosha. And likewise, when through these my roots of virtue they see the joyful clouds, let fall the cooling scented rain, the obscurations cleansed by bodhisattvas like Samantabhadra, may all those languishing in hell come now to perfect happiness. And may the stooping animals be freed from fear of being preyed upon each other's food, and may the famished spirits have such joy as those who dwell within the northern continent. And may they be replete and satisfied by streams of milk that pour from noble Lord Avalokiteshvara's hand, and bathing in it may they be refreshed and cool. And may the blind receive the sight, and may the deaf begin to hear, and women near the time bring forth like Maya Devi, free from any pain. And may the naked now be clothed, and all the hungry eat their fill, and may those parched with thirst receive pure waters and delicious drink. May the poor and destitute find wealth, the haggard and the careworn joy. May confidence relieve those in despair, and bring them steadfastness and every excellence. May every being ailing with disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. May those who go in dread have no more fear. May captives be unchanged and now set free. And may the weak receive the trance. May living beings help each other in kindness. May travelers upon the road find happiness no matter where they go, and may they gain without the need of toil the goals on which they set their hearts. May those who put to sea in boat or ship attain the ports that they desire, and may they safely come to shore and sweet reunion with the kith and kin. May those who lose their way and stray in misery find fellow travelers, and safe from the threat of thieves and savage beasts, be tireless and journey light. May children and the old, the weak, protectless, be bewildered in the wild and pathless waste, and all those whose minds are dulled, all who are insane have pure celestial beings as their guardians. May all attain the human state and be possessed of wisdom, faith, and love. With perfect livelihood and sustenance, may they have mindfulness throughout their lives. May everyone have unrestricted wealth just as the treasury of space, enjoying it according to their wish without a trace of harm or enmity. May beings destitute of splendor become magnificent and bright, and those worn down by toil and drudgery acquire great beauty and perfection. May all the women in this world attain the strength of Tara, and may the lowly come to excellence, the proud and haughty lose their arrogance. And thus, by all the merit I have gained, may every being living on a side abandon all the evil ways, embracing goodness now and evermore. From Bodhichitta may they never separate, and constantly engage in bodhisattva deeds, and may they be accepted as disciples by the Buddhas and turn aside from what is Mara's work. And may these beings, each and every one, enjoy an unsurpassed longevity, living always in contentment. May the very name of death be strange to them. On every side, in all the 10 directions, may groves of wish-fulfilling trees abound, resounding with the sweetness of the teachings spoken by the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas' children. And may the earth be wholesome everywhere, free from boulders, cliffs, and chasms, flat and even like a level palm and smooth like lapis lazuli. And for many circles of disciples may a multitude of bodhisattvas rise in every land, adorning them with every excellence. From bird songs and the signing of the trees, from shafts of light and from the sky itself, may living beings, each and every one, perceive the constant sound of Dharma. May they come into the presence of the Buddhas and meet with bodhisattvas, offspring of the same, with clouds of offerings unabounded, may the teachers of the world be worshipped. May Candy Spirit bring the rains on time for harvest to be rich and plentiful. May princes rule according to the truth, and may the world be blessed with all prosperity. May medicine be strong and full of virtue. May healing spells be chanted with success. May spirits of the air that feed on flesh be kind, their minds imbued with pity. And let no being ever suffer pain. Let them neither ail nor languish, never doing evil. May they have no fear, nor suffer insults, and may the minds be ever free from sorrow. In monasteries, temples, and the like, may reading and reciting widely flourish. May harmony prevail among the Sangha, and may its purpose be all fulfilled. May ordained monks intent upon the practice find perfect places for retreat in solitude, abandon every fragrant thought, and meditate with trained and serviceable minds. May nuns have all the wants supplied, may quarreling vindictiveness be strange to them. Let all who have embraced monastic life uphold a pure and unimpaired observance. May they feel regret when discipline is broken, and always may they strive to cleanse away their faults, and may they thus obtain a fortunate rebirth wherein to undertake unfailing discipline. May the wise and learned be revered, and always be sustained by offerings. With minds suffused with purity, may the renown spread far and wide. May beings never languish in the lower realms, may pain and hardship be unknown to them. Enjoying more than godlike strength and beauty, may Buddhahood for them be swiftly gained. Again and yet again, may sentient beings make offerings to all the Buddhas, and with the Buddha's unimagined bliss may they enjoy undimmed and constant happiness. May all the Bodhisattvas now fulfill the high intention for the sake of beings, and sentient beings likewise now receive the good the Buddhas have in store for them. And may the Aharat and Paryataka Buddhas at length attain their perfect happiness. And may I also through Manjusri's kindness reach the ground of perfect joy, and throughout the stream of all my lives embrace monastic ordination. Thus may I abide sustained by simple ordinary fare, and in every life obtain a dwelling place in perfect solitude. Whenever I desire to gaze on him or put to him the slightest question, may I behold the unobstructed vision of Manjughosha, my protector. To satisfy the needs of beings dwelling in the 10 directions through the margins of the sky, may I reflect in every deed the perfect exploit of Manjushri. And now, as long as space endures, as long as there are beings to be found, may I continue likewise to remain to drive away the sorrows of the world. The pains and sorrows of all wandering beings, may they ripen only on myself, and may the virtuous company of bodhisattvas bring about the happiness of beings. May the doctrine, only remedy for suffering, the source of every bliss and happiness, be nurtured and upheld with reverence, and throughout a vast continuance of time endure. And now to Manjughosha I prostrate, whose kindness is the wellspring of my good intent, and to my virtuous friends I also bow, whose inspiration gave me strength to grow. The Noble Sutra of Recalling the Three Jewels.
Tom Jin Jin Bala Sam Zalon Tar Sanje Jum Dende Tene Te Jin She Ba Ra Jum Ba Yang Da Ba Zo Be San Riba Dan Shab Su Den Ba De War Shi Ban Jik Din Jim Jivandarva Kalu Jirva Lanami Latamanam Jetun Ba Jum Den Deso Tene Te Yin Shifa Te Dane Sunam Dage Juntum Give Zavanam Chu Mevzava Zubata Gerab Jim Sonam je nam je bebji zangbo nam je te nam je me to je pa je re partum tong nam tum pa me pa te pe mu pa nam ba ga va shirap se je manu top nam la je va me pa Jin tam che je tön ba san cho sen ba nam je ya pak ba kan za nam je jar nyang len de pe chon che ton ro wa nam je te Ishi pa de me pa po pa sam je me cha pa song nam barata yang yin pa ku se ta wen cho me shi pa ku song pa me tu pa ta ki ma gu pa zok ta ki nye war ma gu zok me pa ta ta man de Dong na ta le nam pa cho wa phung bo na rab de cho wa khe nam ta ke dem na ya jing xi nam dam ba du pa nam xin de jie yong su dong wa ta le nam pa cho si pa le cho wa cho wo le gar wa yi xi yong su zo de pa tam ap zong pa tar ta tar zong san je chom din de nam je yi xi la ne nyang la ne pa la men ne yang ta pa ni jian ta la ne pa sinh chin tam che la zik sa la yu pa de da ne san ji chum din de nam je ke che yong din yang ta pa nam so de ne tam be chu ne to mar ge par de ge wa ta mar ge Dong zang bo ceng zhe zang bo man di pa yong so zo yong so tak pa yong so sang Chum din de che chu lek par song ba yang tak pan thong wa ne mi Du che pa me pa nye war dun ba den thong wa la dong yu Khe pa nam je so so rang ge re pa sa Chum din de je sung be chun dro wa la lek par dun ba ni par yong Dục be san chok tun ro a se pa mem tun pa me jen lu pa tang din pa tin pa yu pa jo che pa wo tek pa jen bu gen dun ne lek par sho pa rik par jo Trong pur sho pa tun pur sho pa tham mo jar ve u su jo Sa sa ve u su chur pa so nam je par je shen Yong yong so jong wa chen po jum pe ne so chur Kun de yang jin pe ne so chur Chen po wo san je yong pin san me chap Tam be chu jang san me chap Pak pe gen du san me chap Samme chabla te zene, nam para min bang samme chab, nam da shin du je war sho, om guru ben zan ne ve te aho, om sarva buddha bodhi sato bayo ben zan ne ve te aho, Om Karma Deva Mandala Banza Nevede Aho Om Shri Dharma Pala Banza Nevede Aho O Hare Te Soha O Hare Te Maha Banza Yachana Hara Har Sarva Pamba Malcham Sova O atra penda ashibi soha Tumbala me sanjirumbo Yobala me tanjirumbo Rembala me gwendurumbo Jonne kuncho somla chubo
To the precious Buddha, unsurpassed teacher, to the precious sacred Dharma, unsurpassed refuge, to the precious Sangha, unsurpassed guide, we make offerings to the three rare and supreme objects of refuge.
We will resume at 1 p.m. Arizona time.